Episode 3 The Gift of the Flying Kite. Many of Yogananda's extraordinary occurrences revolve around unusual coincidences which he takes to be due in part to divine intervention. The following story concerning a flying kite exemplifies Yogananda's predilection in this regard. Our family moved to Lahore in the Punjab. There I acquired a picture of the Divine Mother in the form of the goddess Kali. It sanctified a small informal shrine on the balcony of our home. An unequivocal conviction came over me that fulfillment would crown any of my prayers uttered in that sacred spot. Standing there with Uma one day, I watched two kites flying over the roofs of the buildings on the opposite side of the very narrow lane. "Why are you so quiet?" Uma pushed me playfully. "I am just thinking how wonderful it is that Divine Mother gives me whatever I ask." "I suppose she would give you those two kites," my sister laughed derisively. "Why not?" I began silent prayers for their possession. Matches are played in India with kites whose strings are covered with glue and ground glass. Each player attempts to sever the string of his opponent. A freed kite sails over the roofs. There is great fun in catching it. Inasmuch as Uma and I were on the balcony, it seemed impossible that any loose kite could come into our hands. Its string would naturally dangle over the roofs. The players across the lane began their match. One string was cut. Immediately the kite floated in my direction. It was stationary for a moment, through sudden abatement of breeze which sufficed to firmly entangle the string with a cactus plant on top of the opposite house. A perfect loop was formed for my seizure. I handed the prize to Uma. "It was just an extraordinary accident and not an answer to your prayer. If the other kite comes to you, then I shall believe." Sister's dark eyes conveyed more amazement than her words. I continued my prayers with a crescendo intensity. A forcible tug by the other player resulted in the abrupt loss of his kite. It headed toward me, dancing in the wind. My helpful assistant, the cactus plant, again secured the kite string in the necessary loop by which I could grasp it. I presented my second trophy to Uma. "Indeed, Divine Mother listens to you. This is all too uncanny for me." Sister bolted away like a frightened fawn. A skeptical analysis. Yogananda and his sister, Uma, seem to have had a typical competitive relationship since they both seem to be at crosshairs over what he can and cannot achieve. In this case, Yogananda goes so far as to ask the Divine Mother for a second kite, which makes one wonder why such a trivial item is considered so important that it would necessitate offering prayers for it. Are we really going to believe that a transcendent being is going to manipulate the law of physics to make sure a cactus plant captures a kite so that a young boy can one-up his sister? If such a thing did indeed occur, it would appear that chance and wind, and not the Divine Mother and plaintive pleas, were operative. Furthermore, these two incidences concerning Uma tells us more about Yogananda's ambitions and emulous nature than anything transmundane.